Hey there, welcome back to Wendy's Way. Let's see what kind of journey we've got on the horizon today. Hello, and welcome back to Wendy's Way. Today we're going to take a little journey in fiber. I'm going to share with you a few of my whips. Those of you new to crochet may not be familiar with all the acronyms that we happy hookers use. Whips are works in progress. And I know there may be a few people out there who only have one or two whips going at a time. Me, oh golly, I'm guessing I have about a half a dozen. And I'm just going to share 4 of them with you today and tell you about the yarns that I'm using on these projects. So thank you for joining me at Wendy's Way. Let's get started on this journey in fiber. I've put these on so I can tell you about the yarn because, 53 and farsighted. Here we go. All right. This project I'm going to tell you about actually has a name, and it was a purchased pattern. Any of you who are on Facebook, I'm sure, recognize this photograph. I've seen it under several different names. The pattern that I purchased is called the Fenya Blanket, Fenya. It is gorgeous. It is made in squares, which are approximately 12 by 12 inches. To be sewn together and then a border added. Currently, I am at the point of the squares are done and waiting to be sewn together. Before I show you the project, I wanted to tell you that not just beautiful photographs and written out pattern came with the purchased Fenya blanket, but the best, easiest to use crochet diagram I have ever seen. So impressed. I technically have never crocheted a pattern by a diagram before, but this diagram is for the 12 by 12 inch square, which you make 16 of. There are tons of popcorn stitches, clusters, whatever you want to call them. So it is a yarn hog, I'm here to tell you. But like I say, it comes with written directions, which are normal and standard English version, easy to follow, very well written. But check this out. Is that not an amazing diagram? They have set out all 11 rows of the square. They color-coded each row to set it apart, and they numbered, they put a large, yep, it goes up this way, number. I don't know if my phone will focus on that or not. Possibly not. We'll see. Anyhow, they numbered the pattern as well. I was so impressed with this. I just, I know that Fenya Blanket. If you like to crochet by diagram, this one rocks. I just want you to know. Purchasable. I don't remember what I paid for it. I know it was under $5. And it's lovely. Okay. The squares look like this. And there are 16 of them. Basically, you're starting in the middle with either a magic circle or, a chain 4 loop, and you work out from there. you know, when you sew them together, then it'll finish. We'll see. You know what I mean? It's going to finish that square and look like that's the square. So I have 16 of these done, ready to be sewn together. Popcorn, puff, whatever you want to call it. Yarn, hog. The yarn that I'm crocheting this with, naturally, is from Ice Yarns. I am a reseller of Ice Yarns. If you like my videos and you find any value in them at all, I would so appreciate you going to the link that you can find on my YouTube page, to a link that I will put in the description of this video, where you can go to Wendy's Way Yarn Shop and place an order. I do get, a commission on every sale, and it helps support me. It helps support me. Right now, the support is to help me stay home, work from home. Since my husband passed, finances are rather up in the air. You're waiting on things, you're figuring things out. There are just things that need to be taken care of, and any help that I can receive in the way of resale programs or, just a subscription, watch time, sharing on social media, everything helps. This yarn is Bamboo Cotton Light from Ice Yarns. It is buttery soft on the skein. It's very soft crocheted. And I have my glasses on and the wrong end of the paper. Cotton Bamboo Light. I said it in the wrong order. Instead of bamboo cotton, it's Cotton Bamboo Light. It is 60% bamboo, 40% cotton, 100-gram balls, which is 140 meters, which you're looking at maybe 150 yards. Not quite sure how that equates, but it's close. I didn't look it up. Cotton Bamboo Light. Super soft, super awesome. It's the same yarn that I used for the Diamond Bamboo Baby Blanket. I don't even remember what I called it. Bamboo Diamonds. Something like that. I just released the video a week or so ago. Anyhow, I purchased, each square takes a little more than one ball of yarn. So in total, I purchased 5 packages. There are 4 balls of yarn in each package. 4 balls of yarn. And since it takes 16 balls, approximately, a little more than, just to make the 16 squares, that's 4 packs. Plus, it takes a little more than a ball, and once you've sewn them together, there is a border that goes around the entire blanket. So this is my 5th, at least my 5th bag of yarn. I combined my order to do the other blanket as well. So I'm not positive, but if you're going to do the Fenya blanket in Cotton Bamboo Light with, I believe this is a 5mm hook. I went and put my personal padding on it before I got my padded crochet hooks. I typically crochet, trying to get these things off of here. In the pencil method, this is, yes, 5mm hook. I typically crochet holding my hook like a pencil. With all of these popcorn stitches, it was getting very tedious and very hard on my hand. So I switched and went to the overhand method rather than the pencil method. It's a little faster when doing popcorn stitches, and it released some of the pressure on my hand. So there you are. 5 packs, 5mm hook, cotton bamboo light Fenya blanket. It's gonna be a long video if I don't hurry up, huh? All right, number 2. I am working on, again, a lot of you who watch a lot of YouTube crochet channels, watch Facebook, belong to Facebook groups that are crochet. You will recognize this pattern. It's known by many names. The pattern that I'm following, I believe, is called the Mosaic Granny Square, round and round, with front post crochet in triples. And this is going to be a bath rug. I have one of these outside my shower. It's made of cotton, and with this stitch pattern, it's very thick and cushy, and the cotton makes it absorbent. This yarn, amazingly enough, is not an ice yarn. It's something I pick up at Walmart. It's Peaches and Cream is the name of it. I've already taken down quite a bit of this cone. The cones are larger than this when you buy them, obviously, because I've crocheted a bunch. One cone is between 14 and 16 ounces, so close to a pound, approximately 700 yards of cotton yarn. They would probably call it a number 3, I'm guessing. The other cotton as well, I believe a number 3, the cotton bamboo. On this one, because I am doing those great big front post crochets and I want it to be loose and fluffy like a rug, I am using a 6.5 crochet hook. I did break down and order some Susan Bates padded crochet hooks. And technically I can use these both ways and they're comfortable. I use the Susan Bates when I hold it like a pencil because the thumb pad is closer to the hook and that makes it more comfortable for me. And when I choose to flip over and crochet overhanded, because I do use both methods depending on what the project is, then it has a real nice smooth padded handle on it. And I like that very much. I use a Susan Bates hook because it is sharp and where it grabs the yarn. It has a very defined hook to get between the stitches and hold them, rather than a rounded blunt nose the way your boy hooks and almost every single other brand name of crochet hook I've seen has a big round blunt nose, and I don't care for that much. I like my Susan Bates. Get it over here. Na. It's just not gonna work because it wants to focus on my silly face. There it is. That one is gonna be a bath rug. Oh, when I get it done, I'll measure this one. I think I used a smaller hook on the last one. That entire cone, pound almost, 14 ounces of yarn, only made a 24 by 24 inch bath mat. The yarn here in Northeast Iowa at Walmart costs me currently just under $8.50. So there you are. The third project that I whipped out one day this week when I just felt like doing something other than a baby blanket. Oh, it's bad. I need to get that one done. Is a hat. Yes, I do still need to weave in my ends. You can see them hanging. It's just a beanie hat that you know, I just made it up as I went along. This is leftover yarn from a sampler blanket that I made. A sampler baby blanket that she wanted in shades of gray and white. Like the Joann's crochet along thing, but different. We took the colors and the gist. All right. This was made with leftovers from the sampler baby blanket. Ice yarns. The name is Dora. It is 100% acrylic. It's 100 grams, 250 meters. So between 250 and 300 yards per ball. I just used scraps, portions of skeins to make this hat. You know, because I had some left in the 4 different colors. So I just started with the ribbing on the bottom in the darkest, medium, light, white, medium, and then up here at the top there was a little bit of the dark yet. And the homemade pom-pom that's really thin and floppy, but that's just how I roll. The bottom is just like most every other bottom that you've seen. It was crocheted back and forth, half double crochet, back loop only. For those of you experienced with it, that'll make sense to you. For those of you not, it may not, but there are a million tutorials out there where you can figure out how to do that. The stitches I used going up, I think turned out real pretty. You know, it's not like your standard double crochet or something like that. It worked up nice and tight, not thin and see-through, because it is a lightweight yarn, and I really like that. And I think I used a 4mm hook. And basically the stitch pattern is simply single, double, single, double, single, double. I'm not sure if they call that the seed stitch or what they call it, but it's something that I have used, on a myriad of projects. And it just looks complicated and fancy, and it is the easiest stitch pattern you will ever do. Single, double, and then you double on top of the single and you single on top of the double. It's just that easy. Even number of stitches alternate. You just make a solid panel and sew it together, you know, at the top. Obviously, I still have to weave in all my ends, but, you know, just sew it together at the top. It's a solid panel. I didn't do any increasing or decreasing. Just a solid panel and a homemade little pom-pom. Sewn on. So there we are. That's Dora, lightweight from Ice Yarns. 100% acrylic, but very soft acrylic. All right, we're on to number 4. Number 4 is not finished either. The hat was the only thing that's finished, except for the stitching in. Let's see. This one is another. What a mess. Leftover baby yarn. It's called Magic Baby. It is also Ice Yarns. You gotta know it. I'm gonna try and put a link for all these yarns in the description for this video. It's another Ice Yarns. It's a 100% baby acrylic, is what they call it. It's 100 grams, 360 meters, which is probably about 385 yards, somewhere in there. You get a lot of yarn. I mean, this one is scooshy because it's, you know, quite empty. It's another probably 3. I'm doing it with a 5mm hook, and I'm making it up as I go along. Not only am I using this for the beginning of the hat, I added in a little of the scrap of the cotton bamboo. And right now, whoop, upside down. I'm about this far. I put the 2 yarns together for the ribbing. So it's double thick on the ribbing. And again, I just went back and forth, back loop only, half double crochet to make the rib. And then I just, buffaloed my way through stitching with just the yellow bamboo cotton bamboo. And now for the rest of the hat, what I've been doing is just a half double crochet with the Magic Baby acrylic. Not exactly sure how I'm going to finish it. This is going to be a big slouchy thing. Put it on your head, it'll hang down the back of your neck, and you'll get a big poofy hat out of it. So that is the fourth project I've been working on. Now that I got a really long, hopefully not desperately dull journey in fiber, I want to thank you for joining me. It is my pleasure to come to you and share my passions with you. Faith, food, and fiber. And my new walk, my life by myself. So if you would please subscribe, like, and share my videos. And I'll try to remember to put links for all of the yarns that I'm using from Ice in the bottom, so that if you feel so compelled, you can shop my site, wendysway.yarnshopping.com, and find yourself some good stuff. I'll be making more yarn reviews in the near future as well. I've done several in the past, where I order a yarn I've never seen before. I lay hands on it, I crochet a swatch, and, tell you my perspectives. Hopefully I have, probably 20 years crochet experience. I still probably wouldn't qualify myself as extremely advanced, but I'm in between intermediate and extremely advanced. So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. And I do pray that the good Lord, who blesses me each and every day of my life, will bless you as well, today and always. Amen.